Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about Mercury Retrograde, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course tell some friends. Make sure you give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say hey, and of course make sure you're following me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram. Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. That's right, in this video we're talking about Mercury Retrograde, because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cat Consciousness, the Big Cat Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your HGH and your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about Mercury Retrograde. And yes, man, it's a beautiful thing. You know how you know me, I'm a lunatic. It's a beautiful thing, gotta howl it out. Technically, it's the day of the swamp. And you know, hold on, you know, before we get it going, Mercury Retrograde, gotta get a quick sip of water going. And you know it's in retrograde. I mean, I ain't got a cold beer in my hand, but what are you going to do? I'm just teasing. I just go with the flow of the day. And essentially, you know, when it's time for me to have my beer, it's time for me to have my beer. And right now, it's time to keep it clear. And that's why we're going with the with some aqua. And technically, I guess this is you know, the Mercury Retrograde is actually in a Pisces sign, so it's a watery time, and like they say, it's all about what water, you know, water does things to water things down and make things kind of cloudy. But I'm not here to, you know, go into the horoscope and astrology report on this, because essentially, no matter what this all has to do with, it all comes down to it being, you know, just some guy anyways. And I know that, you know, that might sound, you know, you could take that in so many different ways. And like, you know, Mercury being the, you know what, Mercury is supposed to be the, you know, the planet of communication. And like I said, however you're receiving this is how you're perceiving this. And, you know, whatever you feel is real. And what we're talking about with the whole Mercury retrograde type of flow, what it all comes down to is, you know, like I said, it's really just some guy that wrote this stuff anyways. And if you're going to let this ruin your day, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. And, you know, I'm not here to, you know, put that, like, you know, that burden on you or anything. I'm here to let you know that you ain't got to worry about it. Just forget about it. And it's essentially like nothing to, you know, it's nothing to keep you down ever. And like I say, every single day, you know how I start, you know how I got to start my day going every single day before my feet hit the ground. Go ahead and take this breath with me. I feel beautiful. I got a shot today because gratitude is the attitude. I even said that in a retrograde kind of way, but nonetheless, the flow remains the same. You got to have that gratitude attitude for having that shot. Shot at what? Shot at life. And that's a beautiful thing, because every day that you wake up that we're here, you know how we go with this? You got a shot to just be alive. And like I always say, we're created from excitement anyways. And you know, when the people that brought you into this planet, you know, whether they were you know, well, if they were having sex, you know, they were excited to do it. If you're a surrogate or somehow, you know, if you brought here some other kind of way, the surrogate mom, the paperwork, all that remains the same. The excitement is here. And when we're going with being excited, you got to be excited to be alive. Because like I say, everybody out there essentially is tethered to happiness, no matter what. I don't even care if you're the Grinch or whatever type of person that, you know, somebody might seem like they're a miserable person. It only appears like that in that moment, but at the end of it all, everybody was born from excitement. And like I say, we're all tethered to excitement one way, and happiness, you know, regardless. So no matter how far out that, you know, you get stretched out into the sea of, you know, whatever your problems may be, there's happiness that's attached to that. And if people that are getting lost in that, they can't get that quick snap back of happy to understand that you're alive. And some people might call that like a moment of clarity. They might be like, you know, like when they're realizing that everything is beautiful. And that's really what it all comes down to, because the moment that you're happy is the moment that you're back to what we all really are, man. The source and the light of what makes everybody go. Like I say, if you're grinning, you're winning. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And even when we're going through this Mercury retrograde time, you know how I go. You know how I flow. If you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And especially when you got, you know, astrology reports telling you it's the day of the swamp. You got a Mercury retrograde. You got so many different things that can tell you why you should be feeling the way that you're doing. And it really what it comes down to is like, you know, you're just taking somebody's work. You know, I was a naked guy in a chair telling you how to make your penis bigger, talking about having that huge piece of meat, swing at the knees, throbbing at the pecs, making you your best. I mean, you know, it could be. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's all about how you receive the message anyways. And you're the one that's gonna, how you doing, C? C's in retrograde too, you know what I mean? You been taking care of the neighborhood? Yeah? You talked to the guy about the thing? Beautiful. That's a good cat right there. He's taking care of the neighborhood. Unbeknownst to them, they don't know how safe they may be because he's helping them out in this retrograde type of moment. But either way, getting me back to my flow of what we're going with is essentially not taking these things too serious. You know what I mean? That's really what life comes down to. I have my video where I'm talking about fun, just like Moondog says. Hey man, you know, am I out there saying that the world is conspiring for my happiness? Or, you know, like I say, man, I like to have fun, man. Fun is the gun. And like I say, man, all right, Moondog, Matthew McConaughey, we're talking about fun being the gun. Any type of way that you got to go throughout your day, you got to always get back to that happiness, which is why I say, you know, if you got to scroll the gram today and look at a big booty pic or a wolf or whatever, you know, whatever makes you tick, any type of comedian that might make you just feel happy for the moment of just smiling, that's what we're all talking about. But like I say, if this type of stuff is taking you away from yourself, helping, you know, just keeping you, in a judgmental type of mindset where you should be doing something else, then that's no good for nobody. But if it's making you smile for no reason, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And essentially, that's something you could even just be grateful to have. Like, thank you so much for having this beautiful phone where I can watch this joke or look at this, you know, beautiful quote or something that can make you feel something. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, you ain't got to listen to every holistic guru out there, you know, telling you about, you know, well, because you got to check your house and the Mercury. It's like, what do you mean my house? You're like, you got to stack up all your tarot readings and all these things that, you know, could mean, you know, anything more than whatever you're putting it to be. You know what I mean? Because at the end of it all, like, really, like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? You're the one that's going to tell you that the Mercury retrograde is on your side. But like I always say, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. So never forget that whenever you're down. And, you know, I was having this real profound conversation today to really inspire this message, having some tea time talking about the whole Mercury retrograde and whatever this, you know, comes to me. It's just, you know, really just about being happy every single day that you can, man. And that's what it all comes down to, man. You know, just being able to understand that you got a shot today. You can make anything happen. We are all miracles. You ain't got to ever worry about whatever, you know, type of dream world that you're in or anything that's kind of, you know, helping you, you know, like, because like I said, man, I talk deep conversations with people, and this one was bringing up the chances about, you know, ghosts, and you know what we're talking about. Like, I was saying this theory about, you know, essentially, like, even right now, there could be dimensions stacked on dimensions, stacked on dimensions, stacked on another dimension in front of us, and we can all agree to disagree that there's things that can be seen and unseen. And when you're getting into that flow, you know, it could be quite scary to some folks. Some people might not want to agree with that. And then I go with, you know what, I mean, maybe not. You don't have to, hold on. Getting over this Mercury retrograde, gotta get me some more water. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We're talking about how there could essentially be a million different possibilities and a million different dimensions that are existing in this existence and that existence. Like, we can say that maybe there's the dinosaurs are running around, if they existed or not. I'm saying that all ideas and all possibilities are true, and whatever you make them to be is all on you anyways. Like Rocky Balboa says, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. So you got to believe whatever you believe in. Essentially, you got a right to it. If that's what's going to get you through the day, and that's the thing that you know, then that's how you go. And I'm not here to get in your way. It's all about what you're feeling today. And if you're feeling beautiful, that's how we should be feeling. And like I say, if you're coming with love and you're coming with energy, you could do no wrong. I always got to share this, man. We're talking about the Matrix. We're talking about the possibilities of ghosts, Patrick Swayze, Rita Odomay. You know what we're going with. I'm talking about, is somebody going to be rubbing a penny up against the door? I don't know. Anything is possible is all I'm saying. And you ain't got to get twisted and, thinking that, the demons and the spirit people and all these things that are going to come get you, and you're going to have that guy come out of the corner like, I'm telling you, man, I don't want to go down that road. But like I said, when I was, watching that growing up, man, that would get to me. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about love. We're talking about the Matrix hack. We're talking about the chakra system, that third eye roaring back there with the, the pituitary gland producing that HGH. Anytime you're dreaming, you're growing. Never forget that. Even if you're in a nightmarish flow, you're still growing because you're experiencing that DMT drip. Joe Rogan, you know how I go with that. But like I said, man, we're talking about love. And any single time that, somebody comes across your mind, if you hear somebody on the phone, if you're in line, doesn't matter where you happen to be, whether the thought is good, bad, or neutral, you just intend on that soul, that person, they have a beautiful day, they feel love in some kind of way. Put it in your own words, but you know what the feeling is that I'm going with is. We're talking about just feeling some love for somebody, and like I said, everybody out there is a reflection of you anyways. So intend on the best, intend on that love, forget about the judgment, just intend on people to feel something beautiful. And when you do that, you just hack the Matrix. You just made the world a better place. And that's what it comes down to today. And you know how I always get my flows going and my rambling, just to show you that energy is always there. So I might as well just grab a quick pump, Mercury Retrograde style, just to get it flowing, to let you know it doesn't matter where Mercury's at, doesn't matter where anything's going, because all we know is the mind and muscle connection. Like Pearl Mahansa Yogananda says, it's the mind that creates the muscle. It's the mind that's the wielder of muscle. So, he's the guy that brought yoga to the West. But essentially, he's just some guy anyways, just like Steve Jobs even. And like he says, the people that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things that, anybody could say. But at the end of it all, Steve Jobs is just some guy. Pearl Mahansa Yogananda, some guy. And the one that wrote astrology, the father of astrology, I don't know his name, but he's some guy. And even, and like I said, whoever invented something, whenever you're breaking it down, it all comes back to some guy telling you how, you should be feeling. And like I'm saying, what it all comes down to is your feeling of being happy is what's real. That's what we all know. That's how we all grow. And this pump that I'm getting, naked in a chair, long hair flowing, skin growing, body knowing, spirit knowing, body growing. We're doing something right, and I'm here to tell you that, it's all here anyways. And whenever you gotta go through, getting yourself a quick pump, there's always some beautiful mantras I love to just say. Of course, I am magic, I am divine, the universe is on my side. One of my favorites, worth saying, a double take, that's a callback and the retrograde. So we're gonna go with another one that I love to say, is I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. And then don't forget that huge piece of meat swinging at your knees. You go ahead and you say this: I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then don't forget, whenever you gotta get that one last rep out, I'm sweating right here. I'm feeling anabolic. I'm feeling the magic. I'm feeling the grow. And whenever you gotta get one last out to explode, you can say it in your head. You can scream it out loud, but just feel what it is and go ahead and just say, I am magic. I am divine. And I can increase my size. Oh yeah, 2020 getting lit. Mercury Retrograde. Let's get huge. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, you gotta love it. Of course, I got me all cleared out now. Got me a quick swig. It's a beautiful thing. Oh yeah, you gotta love it. You know me, man, having some aqua in me today, talking about Mercury Retrograde, how to help you get through this whole season, man. How to get through any of this is just, like I said, find a reason to smile today, man. And some people, it's entertaining nonetheless if you really want to go down that, holistic astrology and that type of rabbit hole to just entertain your day. But like I said, don't let it beat you to your knees and keep you here permanently if you let it. Because you, me, or nobody's going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how it's done. So if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth. But it's not about pointing fingers at him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. Because you know what we're going with, man. It's all about, you don't have to blame the retrograde. But look, if you want to entertain it anyways, go ahead and do that. And you could do things maybe more in a opposite type of flow to help you grow, and these are things that will help you. I mean, it could be a reason to try something new in the retrograde season. You might not have to think about doing things in a particular order. Like, me, always doing the Wu Wei flow, the path of least resistance. We're talking about not doing things, like I said, it could be a crazy retrograde order. It's just about having the intention of getting things accomplished for the day, getting them done, having fun along the way, and just doing it through the path of least resistance, man. And that's really what it all comes down to, man. The Tao practices, these type of motions, the guy that invented the Tao, the people that make that sound, I mean, these are all things that are essentially what we're tuned to anyways. Because I entertain that all thoughts are things. And whenever you got this receiver dialed into the right, to the channel of positive, whatever, regardless of whatever, your version of positive is, but if you have thoughts that are coming to you that are making you feel good, then you're tuned into the right station. But if you're getting a lot of, out of whack thoughts that are like, are these my thoughts? Like, if you got thoughts that are just about, judging people and just really keeping you down, go ahead and take a step back. And that's something where you can really, collect your data or whatever. You can just really see where you're at as a person and as a soul, and you're going to be like, you know what, that's not how I want to go throughout my day. Then go ahead. But like I said, somebody's got to be the Grinch, right? You know what I mean? But that's just the way life is anyways. There's going to always be an abundance of people in the sea of life, but whatever you want to be is all depicted on what you are, man. So because like I say, man, we're all from the stars. Whatever's inside of me, inside of you, inside the blue, running these beautiful avatars. You know how we go with this, man. It's all out there, man, and it's all in here. And that's why I say you keep this clear, you keep that beauty appearing, and and being able to do different things and attract things that are essentially always ongoing and ongrowing. Like, these are things that are beyond me, beyond time, and they always been there. That's why I feel that the best way of getting growth and tapping into this is just being able to just get out of your own way and be able to understand you got Hercules in there, you got Priapus, you got gods in there, you got the Zeus, you got a whole bunch of things that can help you become your best version, and you just got to let it. And that's why I'm all about, these beautiful things that come to me, these beautiful exercises we're talking about. The super joke and the super edge and the super kegels, masturbation for manifestation. You know what I'm saying? You guys can get at me if you want more hands-on techniques, because I'm tuned to this stuff and I've been getting profound results, and it's continuously ongoing and ongrowing, and I'm here to help you become your best. One of my main intentions here is to make you comfortable being naked, make you confident in who you are, make you understand that you can increase your size at any given time, because this is something that's been just continuously ongoing and ongrowing, and your penis down there wants to grow. Like I say, we're all somebody's kid, man. Never forget that. Everybody out there, you're still somebody's kid. Whether you know your mom, you know your dad, doesn't matter where you're at, how old you are, you're still somebody's kid. And what does a kid do? a kid grows. So never forget that you're always here to grow. We're always here to, you know, physically and mentally and spiritually, and we're just here to keep it going. And like I say, in a retrograde type of time, you know, I could keep rambling like a monkey in a tree. But, you know, before I go, if you made it this far, I feel like it's worth sharing that, you know, if you're having a, you know, kind of a wonky thought, according to Abraham, or whatever, like a thought that's out of whack about somebody, and, you know, this is a great time to practice Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian practice. Love to share this anytime that I can, and if you, whether you know it or not, it's only 4 magical phrases that you just got to say, you know, about, you know, throughout the day, and that will really just help you change your, you know, your perception on the way somebody perceives you and how you receive them. And this is a Hawaiian practice that's a doctor, you know, he went to a psych ward. He had a list of so many people that were crazy, you know, that were quote unquote crazy or whatever, and you know, he didn't even go in the room. He just looked at the list, and he said these the 4 phrases over and over and over again, and he healed them. And I know that might sound crazy or whatever, but I mean, at least, you know, you should entertain and try this, because I'm telling you, whenever somebody makes you feel a certain way, you go ahead and you do that whole Ho'oponopono. It's going to definitely help you feel better, because what it comes down to is the 4 phrases of I am sorry, because you gotta take ownership. You know what I mean, about how you're feeling. Whether it's somebody that did it, you know, and like whether it's good or bad, you got to be in that neutral perspective and be like, you know what, I'm sorry for the way I felt today, because you should be able to just feel beautiful and feel excited and feel entertained and just that energy of what we really are, because that's what you're really being sorry for. You know, forgetting that we're that, you know what I mean? So you got to be able to say, I'm sorry, and that's one way of looking at it. So regardless, so I'm sorry, and then you got to say, please forgive me, because you got to ask for forgiveness. Never assume that it's forgiven. You know, it's always worth to, you know, say, please forgive me. And then, of course, you got to say, you know, thank you, because gratitude is the attitude. Never forget that. And then, I love you, man, because you know what? Love is the power of love. Huey Lou in the news knew it was real, and we're talking about that is really the feel, man. That's what it all comes down to. So those 4 magical phrases, you know, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and that's what you just say over and over and over again, and it's going to definitely help you feel, you know, it's going to help you feel beautiful. It's going to help you heal some connections with people. You know, you could say that about anybody, any type of thing that, and even if you, that's right, see, even if you could say it to your pets too. You know, sometimes if you're feeling, if some thought comes across your head, you better Ho'oponopono it away to help, you know, restart your day and keep you in that gratitude attitude. But regardless, man, we're going to have plenty more beautiful experiences to come. The retrograde, it doesn't matter. Forget about it. Just feel happy, feel beautiful, feel entertained. Do something today that makes you smile. Do something today that makes you feel some love. Do something today to just, you know, intend on people to feel something in some kind of way. Make people feel something beautiful. So when I go with that, and like I said, it's very simple. So just remember what I said, man. Just go out there and make people, you know, keep it clear in here. Spread that love any way that you can. Hold that space, and you're going to make beautiful things happen. So, of course, make sure you're getting at me on my social media. Follow me, my cat C over there, my wolf and my bear. We're going to have so many more beautiful experiences coming this year. We got, you know, who knows what's going on. Mercury Retrogrades, travel. We got a whole bunch of beautiful things happening. And like I said, if you want some help, make sure you guys are dropping me a line on the email. And we can definitely put a program together for you. Like I said, man, I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace.